Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. First Formation Morning Sports Talk. It's your boy Trey, my man Bishop, and we here live. Let's go. Bishop, how you doing this morning, sir?
Man, I'm living. WGO, what's going on? How y'all doing this morning, man? I'm living. It's a great Tuesday, man. Hopefully this finds everyone doing well on this Tuesday. How you feeling, Trey? How you doing this on this Tuesday morning, bro?
Oh, I'll be doing pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Like you said yesterday, we talked about yesterday briefly. We changed or last week where we had to change up the style a little bit for in the mirror stuff. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
go do two games. Interestingly enough, I ended up having one game last night, and it ended up being actually a pretty good game. Literally a buzzer beater. What's good, Key?
Wow.
What's going on, good
Good
Key? What's
morning, Key.
good?
Good
What's
morning.
good?
Good morning, Key. How you doing?
Yeah, so it was a buzzer beater. Now there's controversy to the buzzer beater as well,
Uh-oh, as
but
always.
so the controversy, like it was interesting because one team took off running, pow, got it. You know, what I'm saying it was getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Good
the
morning,
other,
Jackie.
then the good morning, Jackie. Then the other team basically walked it back in by walked them back in by was up by like as close as much as by 8 points, I believe. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, they done came back and they done basically finna get this W. So as
Mm-hmm.
the minutes come closer and closer to the final, the in the final 2 minutes or so, they're just
Mm-hmm.
going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
What up,
And
Freddie? Good
so,
morning.
like, what's good, Freddie? So what ended up happening was, I look up and the score is tied 46-46, and there's like literally like 20 something
What up,
seconds left in the
Anthony?
game.
Mm-hmm.
So what's good, Ant? So it's like really like a couple of seconds left in the game, and they of course instead of paying attention and draining the clock and keeping the ball, the team that had made the comeback. What's good, Frack? What's good, JP? What's going on, Lasantin? So of course the team that has the that basically had the lead the majority of the second half, instead of them holding on to the ball to get the last shot, what do? They put up a shot, a ill-advised shot. So the other team gets the ball, they go down, and they're now it's like there's 17 seconds, and they go corner of the someone shoots a three from the corner. It doesn't go
What up,
down,
Frank?
but
Mm-hmm.
like there's only two people. There's no one under the basket with his teammates. So he gets the rebound. They converge on him. He throws up a shot. The shot ends up going in. And so as I'm looking down to mark the score, the buzzer goes off, but it does the horn doesn't go off. It's just the buzzer on the little buzz on my on the keyboard that I'm using.
Mm-hmm.
So so everyone's like, no shot, no shot. I was like, no, it's good. I was like, Bass is good because I'm looking at when I when the shot went up and I went looked down to mark the score, there was no buzzer. As I'm marking the score, the buzzer goes off. So that's how I know that the shot was legitly good. But everyone's like, no shot, no shot. I was like, no, it's good. It's like it didn't buzz. I was like, it buzzed here. I was like, I heard it. And so one of the officials came up and was like, man, I ain't want another overtime. I ain't want overtime in that game anyway.
We do be feeling like that. We do. We do. We be like, man, let's get up out of here. Let's go, man.
I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. So, and sometimes I mean, of course, I try to keep the most integrity I can. So, if you know, what I'm saying if it legitly wasn't a buzz and they hadn't beat the buzzer, I would have told the official like, nah, overtime. But and whether I felt they paying or not, but it's like, yeah, let's get up out of here
Wow.
because the first team was supposed to be two games, and one of the first teams called and let me know they was like, we're not gonna make it, so that was a forfeit. By the
Mhm.
time I called the other game teams to find out if they can go ahead and play in the first slot, there's like we just made changes to play the second game. I was like, oh man, so I was like, well, I guess it's gonna be a long game, a long day. So, but
Mhm.
in any case, it went down. You got games tonight, correct?
Supposedly, I don't know if I'm gonna do them though. I ain't decided yet, to be honest with you.
Y'all see that living room? That's the only show of how y'all can turn
I'm
down
getting
money.
ready for the playoffs. My 7 and 8 year olds basketball team. Oh, that's what's up.
Okay, Key. But like I said, y'all see his living room, so only, saying, only people with living rooms like that can turn down checks.
Oh, here we go. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Here we go.
Oh Jesus. Uh, Speaking of some checks, bruh,
Mm-hmm.
your man. Well, hold up. Which one? Who do you want to start with? Okay, no. First, I start like this. So
Mm-hmm.
you see, I'm very sure, as you know, saying as we just lost the NFL season. Uh,
You be playing. You know it. You know it. I be getting my
like
John Legend on.
the life of the party.
Yeah, I be getting my John Legend on. I get my John Legend on.
You got what I need.
You know,
Oh, gee.
I get my John Legend on, man.
So as we, like I say, we're getting close to where we're just understanding, like, okay, football is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but then up jumps these schedules, bruh. Like, it lets you know how close it really actually is. As
Mm-hmm.
we know, the first game of the NFL season is always a Hall of Fame game. In this
Yeah.
particular game, it will be the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Jacksonville Jaguars on 4 August, Bishop. 4 August, which tells us that the beginning football will be back
Mm-hmm.
in 4 months, bro.
Facts.
Correction, 5 months. 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Football will be back in 5 months. Yes, Anthony, we'll get to that tracking. Actually, I was supposed to cover it yesterday, but we got caught up in some other stuff. But yeah, so football is 5 months away, Bishop.
Right.
Not that shabby when you think about it. Well, technically 6 months if you, but the beginning of the season, and then a
Mm-hmm.
couple of weeks, and then we're on to a couple of preseason games, and then we're on into the season. So that brings up a question I even think about, Bishop. What do you think about preseason? Is it needed preseason?
Oh, I definitely think it's needed.
Mm,
I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like preseason is something that get you even more prepared for the season. You need to get a look. I mean, it's cool going up against your own excuse me, your own players, but you don't get a
mm-hmm.
full just of what you have. So you get an opportunity by playing other teams to actually get a feel what your team is capable of. You get to throw in plays to see if they're truly um, worth keeping in your playing scheme or in your playbook. Um, so I feel like, yeah, definitely um, preseason is definitely worthwhile. Do we need a great deal of preseason game? No, I don't think
Okay.
we need 5, 6, 7 games of preseason. No, just a few, three maybe the
The
tops,
three.
three tops.
So
You know,
basically, you think they should keep it the same what they did this year, where they
yeah,
only did
I think
three
that was
three
good.
preseason games?
I think that's good. Three tops. That gives you more than enough.
What's good, Ron? What's good,
What's
Ron?
going on,
Hey,
Ron? What's up?
shout out to Ron. You know what I'm saying? Today's his wife's birthday, so
Oh,
he's
happy
out there.
birthday to your
Mrs. Lowe.
lovely wife, Ron. All right. Um, Yeah, I think 3 games is more than enough to be able
Mhm.
to see what your team is capable of and what they're, what they how they look on the field. Anything more than that is overdoing it, I think. And like we all know, that's an opportunity for injuries to play a part into your season and into your team, which is definitely something you as a coach and as an organization don't want. So yeah, three is definitely enough.
And like he pointed out, the Jags and the Raiders will have 4 days games based on the fact that they have the Hall of Fame game,
Hall of Fame game, yeah, they got the
additionally
Hall
to
of
the
Fame.
other
Yeah.
their three.
Yeah, I just saw the Hall of Fame game was going to be the Jags and the Raiders. So yeah, I think 3 games is enough. Is more than suitable.
Okay,
What do you?
so yeah,
What's your thoughts?
so I believe, like you said, you need practice. You need to see it up against somebody else, to
Hmm.
see like some type of variant, because at some point you continue to play and see the same thing over and over again in your own camp. So if you go play against other teams, and it can kind of show you a little something. Although for the most part, someone that's just a break a brief look into what the other organizations can be doing. Like, who wants to come out in preseason and show what you're really going to be doing, as opposed to anything else. I think it should be, but although I will say this, and which is already set up like that, in the sense. it should be a situation to where definitely um, your the other people who most likely who are quote fringe. This should be an opportunity instead of me coaching as a head coach. Up and coming possible coaches should be coaching. Like, you know what I'm saying, let's give them a turn, kind of like how they do in summer league in basketball. How
Mm-hmm.
they have they let someone from the organization do the head coach
Mm-hmm.
and go from there to kind of for a development aspect. I think I would like to see more of that. Of course, they do it for the players because you're seeing how it was going. So once I pull back and pull out my starters and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, it should be allowed for some young up and coming someone else to be to get a swerve at it from all the
Okay.
way down from that week game planning and all that type of stuff, and you implement no different from a head coach, and then of course you give them a little spin with the with the first team if you know what I'm saying if need be. My starters play one series only.
Yeah. In regards to Anthony Price's question, would you play your starters all games or just that first game? I personally, well, we know we got to let the starters play. And I think the way they got it, my personal opinion, the way they have it set up now, I think is good. So, in other words, you kind of as the preseason goes along, you allow your starters to play more and more and more, so you can see more and more and more of your starters. Because the thing about it is, depending on how the game is going, you may not get a real good look at your starters in the first game because normally the first preseason game the starters only play the first quarter. Then the second preseason game they play 2 quarters. Third preseason game they play like 3 quarters. So it depending on that first game, if say the defense gets the ball first and your offense don't even get a chance to get out there first, you might not even get to see your offense that well because your defense wasn't able to stop anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, you got it. In my personal opinion, as if I was a coach, yeah, I would definitely have my starters play. I definitely want to see what we have as starters
Hmm.
on the field. So I would definitely give them play. I would definitely be very cautious though on how much I do play them though. I definitely don't want anybody to be out there too long to have an opportunity to get hurt or injured. Um, but yeah, I definitely got to get a good look at them. I got to get, and not only the offensive but defensively. I got to get a good look. I got to get a good look at defense as well, my special teams, my kicking game, all of that. So, when it's all said and done, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, um, Anthony. But at some point, you have to get a good look at what you're working with, so that you can make necessary adjustments prior to the season kicking off. So,
For me, it's a double-edged sword in a sense because I think I would more so want to know what it is I got after my starters, like that. And so I think I would want to put more emphasis on that. But of course, as you said, Bishop, and like a couple of other people say in there, you want to make sure that your starters are still who they was a couple of years ago. I mean, just a couple of months
prior
ago,
season, right,
prior, saying prior to like that season, leave that season back where it is. We in a new season.
right.
So I can understand completely, which is how sort of. I mean, basically, we're just basically saying what it is, how it's currently set up. I think for me though, I would want to see more. I would be more interested in who I got on my team as opposed to who saying the new people or people who were fringe and want to see how they've developed, if they develop any, if they were shaky when I was looking at them last season. I want to see how they're looking now in game speed again and start to make a determination and be like, you know what, if he needs to go or if we need to stay, keep him, we need to switch him up, maybe bring someone from the practice squad up and send them back to the practice squad. That would be my main focus because you figure you know what you have in your starters, and then ultimately, uh, if that starter is basically not panning out, I want to know, as opposed to me going to look at, I want to see if that replacement is already on my squad, and so I know that if I sit up and watch them be electric, I guess you could say, in the regular season. But I mean, it could be tricky because Callaway from the from New Orleans was fire during the preseason, and then we thought, saying, okay, Michael who? Like, saying, we don't need they don't need Michael Thomas. They got Callaway. And then
There was non-existent Callaway.
Yeah, but I mean, is it because of Jameis Winston? Because was it that, or I mean, but does that make a difference in a sense? So it's different things.
It
Like it's
could.
it's different things, and just like Ron was saying, there's a lot of benefits to the preseason for the most part. It's just you have to find that niche somewhat to speak. Uh,
Yeah.
now to go back to what Ron was saying, Bishop, what do you say about this comment?
Why they making us start the season with the Jags? Hasn't the pandemic been? Ron is stupid, man. Hey, man, they got to start with somebody, man. They got to start somebody. Why not the Jags? They was the worst, probably one of the worst teams in the league this past season. So why
Oddly
not?
enough, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
It's
why
crazy. So,
not get them? Let them get out there and get it out the way. You know what I'm saying?
but something
Let
else which
them,
we end up talking about, the Jacksonville Jaguars get a lot of love from the NFL. I'm starting to wonder. I wish Miller would come on, man, because these conspiracies, like y'all done sit up and got me thinking about conspiracy theories and all that
yeah.
type of stuff in the NFL. So I really wonder some things. But of course, like I said, we'll get to that. Additionally, also as we're talking about when we're talking about these special games, Bishop, Green Bay has been tabbed as one of the teams to play in the international game this year. Oddly enough, I think they will be playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars in in England uh, this year. So I figure it's going to be London. Correction, London. I think it's going to be Green Bay versus Jacksonville in London this year. Uh, but what of course what we have in the promotion where they have the Green Bay Packers players walk across the street, a la the Beatles album cover. There's someone missing, Bishop.
Who?
That bad man was not visible on the promotion. Do you think this is a concern, or it is what it is?
I think it is what it is. Man, to be honest, honestly, I'm actually tired of
This talk, Aaron Rodgers talk.
yeah, I am.
We are here, bro.
I'm
We are
so
here.
yeah, I'm so over it, man.
So
I'm so
why?
over it.
What's this? Like, why is Aaron Rodgers so like? I still have thought about this morning because I was like, as I
I'm
was
so
sitting up and
over
doing
it.
the topics, I was like, what is with Aaron Rodgers? Like, why is Aaron Rodgers so much the topic? Like,
Bro, I'm so over it. Like at this point, man, just don't talk about Aaron Rodgers until he make a decision. And once he make a decision, then we can get back on the subject matter. But until then, don't bring up Aaron Rodgers no more, man. Because right now you just speaking in circles. You don't know what this man's plan. We don't know what this man's plans are. We don't know what his intentions are. We have no idea. He done got everybody sitting on the edge of their seat trying to figure out when he's going to announce what his plans are, and so forth and so on, man. Let it be, man. That sounds to me, it sounds more like a attention. Like I heard yesterday about he was talking about how Aaron Rodgers wants more money. He wants to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Well, they was trying to pay him make him the highest paid, and he still ain't said nothing. Let it be, man. And then came back there saying that Aaron Rodgers camp said that he didn't want to be the highest paid. Stop with all the hoopla. Let it be. They're talking about more about Rodgers and not Brady. Yeah, of course they're gonna talk more about Rodgers because Brady supposedly have already retired, Anthony. So therefore, there's really nothing to talk about in regards to Tom Brady unless Tom Brady comes so-called announce walks up to the podium and truly announces that he's retired, which he has yet to do, or he decides to come back. Then they will talk. And I feel like that's what they should do with Aaron Rodgers. Stop talking about it, leave it alone, put it on the back burner, talk about everything else. And then once he comes back, or once he makes a decision, or not comes back, but once he makes a decision on whether he plans on staying in Green Bay or not, then we can address the issue. But for right now, I'm fed
and
up with it about Aaron Rodgers.
additionally, as what Bishop was talking about is yesterday, NFL Network reporter Ian Rappaport basically reported that the Green Bay Packers are putting together a package that is possibly going to make Aaron Rodgers the highest paid player in the NFL currently. It'll be a short term package, however, it will still make him the highest paid player. But I mean, get this, as the Bishop was just saying, is based
I
on.
hear you, Mike. I
it
hear
is
you.
hard to sit up and state. Basically, it's the talking about this. Basically, is like We don't know because this package that they're put together is basically to entice Aaron to stay in Green
Mm-hmm.
Bay or decide, saying this is what I'm going to do. It's not saying that he is. The package is basically to say that, okay, we're looking at paying you X amount of dollars if you decide to stay. Um, but as we don't know if he, and then at the end of the day, and so I look at it as this, Bishop. They're saying that we're saying if you decide to stay, but
Mm-hmm.
technically decide to stay is only one option because what I'm saying. I don't know where my paper. Did someone tear my paper up? Did someone tear my paper up? Oh, that's trash.
I
Oh,
love it.
someone got me.
I love it. Whoever that was me. I
That
will
is
say that was me.
trash.
Thank you.
Got
I love
contracts. Got contracts going on in the house.
it.
But
Yeah,
what
I got
is it?
secret squirrels over
Oh,
there. The secret
this.
squirrel did his
Oh,
job. I love
bruh. But so, that's trash. So, but when it
it.
comes down to it,
Yeah.
it's only one option because he's contractually obligated to the organization at least one more year. So
Right.
it's like you can even take this money that we gonna give you, or you can play on your last contract, in which his last contract he's owed 26 million. So you can
Okay.
play on this $26 million. You can sign this contract to stay with this X amount of time frame, or you can pay on this 27 million, or you can retire. Like, but we're not trading you, bro. Like at the end of the day, we're not trading you. So it's like that's basically so basically that's what it comes down to be. But it's still I sit up and think about like why is Aaron Rodgers all of a sudden so hot? Like and even your man's like we gonna be on get on his head too.
Hmm.
Kyler Murray. Like
Hmm.
why are these people so hot all of a sudden? Aaron Rodgers, okay, yes, he's a two-time most valuable player in the league. He's got
Mm-hmm.
4 MVP trophies out of saying the top
One
being
Super
five
Bowl.
to yeah, one
That's
Super
why
Bowl.
that's why he's so hot right now because of the fact he's a back-to-back MVP. So a lot of people want to know where is the MVP going to end up? Is he going to stay in Green Bay or is he going to leave Green Bay, end up somewhere else? That's why he's a topic of discussion, in my
Two
opinion.
times MVP being hot. But I mean, so okay, Mike, let's arguably, and please those are out there, please let me know if you agree or disagree. Arguably, who should have been the MVP for this year?
Hey, we've talked about this, so
Like what I'm saying, it's
yeah,
just the
we've
fact that
already discussed it.
unfortunately, it's Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback and he has a
Right,
ball in his hand and he does great things with
every
the ball in
play,
his hand.
every
But
play.
I mean, we got a whole triple crown winner in 1 year.
Ooh, Ron said
Brady,
Brady
Brady,
should have been an
really?
MVP.
Why Brady, Ron?
Yeah,
I'm
right,
very sure
Brady.
you're gonna.
Ron
I'm very
said
sure you're gonna talk
Brady.
about 4,000 yards. What 43 touchdowns was it that he had this year?
Something like that. He had great numbers now. He had great numbers. Oh, excuse me, wasn't he the run? He was the runner up, right?
He was
He
a
was.
runner up. You know, what
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying
was runner up.
they completely disrespected Taylor and Cup and you know what I'm saying. But it is what it is. But why do we continue to talk about Aaron Rodgers? Like
I just gave you my just on why. I just really him and Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is not because of the fact, of course, not because he won an MVP, but the fact that he's on his rookie contract, and they
mm-hmm.
want to know what's the plans for him in regards to being extended out in Arizona, or will they allow him to leave? The people have spoken. People's champ. You smell what I'm cooking, Mike. Mike on one this morning, y'all. Mike on one. I see you, Mike. But just like they're talking about what's his name's contract too, in which we mentioned yesterday. Who was it? That came out with Kyler Murray. We were just talking about it yesterday.
Not
Not
Daniel
Trubisky,
Jones.
Daniel Jones. So anytime them rookie quarterbacks, especially if they not rookie quarterbacks, but anytime them
Quarterback showing up on theirs.
their
Yeah.
initial those initial quarterback contracts come up
Mm-hmm.
to the end, they always talking about them, especially if they did decent right
So
before their
let's get to
contracts
that,
ended.
bro. Do
Mhm.
you think? Let's get to that because that is that started to irk me. So of course I was all about you don't want to talk about no one should get their money, but do you think what Kyler Murray potentially, in which I have the numbers right here, what Kyler Murray potentially is looking at earning? Do you think he's deserving of that? Kyler Murray
I
is
do. We talked
23.
about that yesterday.
He's
We talked about
23
it.
and 24. He's
Right.
23 and 24 and 1 in 3 years of play. Is
Yeah.
that deserving of what he's potentially looking at?
He's
Like,
not. Well, this is the thing. He's not asking for a lot of money. All he's asking for is a
oh yeah, because
longer
he
contract.
wants to be able to bring
Right.
other people in. So
Right. He wants people
he's
to be
open to
surrounded. Right.
look
He's
at
open
Ron.
to a negotiating his contract. He's not necessarily asking for a big amount of money. He's just asking for a longer term contract because again, what up, Alvin? He again he's on his contract is about up, so he's just looking for a long term contract to kind of like cement him in Arizona. So he's not looking for big money. But the fact of the matter is, I do like we spoke about yesterday. I do feel like Kyler Murray hasn't reached his ceiling yet.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's yet to touch his ceiling. So therefore, I do feel like he can definitely improve. And possibly with his improvement, he can definitely become
And see,
a
that's
better
just
paid quarterback.
that becomes a slippery slope, and which means I think what I'm saying when I sit and look at that, I probably would have some struggles as the GM because you look at Kyler Murray, he's 23. I mean, he's 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's lost as many games as he's won, as
Mm-hmm.
his age. He's played 46 games total, in which he's 20, like I said, 23, 22, and 1 in those games. He's
Ooh. Ooh, I don't know about that
And
angle.
but see, that same thing, which that same rhetoric in Jones is what I see as Murray. Like Murray hasn't really done anything. He's played 3 seasons. The most games he won, he basically has taken. True enough, he took the Cardinals from being a 3-win team or a 5-win team to being an 11-win team in the last 3 years.
Right.
But all like I just said, he has a total of 23 wins. 11 of the 23 wins came in 1 year. Like, what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So does that show growth? I don't know. Maybe. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
that
But
like well, like I said yesterday, it doesn't. He's definitely it doesn't show him.
oh yeah,
Incline.
you said he hasn't yeah.
Yeah, I
You
said
did
that
say that.
yesterday, especially compared to Josh Allen. Because when we compared the numbers, if you look at Josh Allen's numbers,
It's way ahead of the curve. Yeah.
he's definitely showing that he's gotten better since he's been in the league, and both of them came in the league at the same time. But Josh Allen is definitely doing better in regards to his gameplay compared to Kyler Murray. But is that because Daniel Jones? I mean, Josh Allen is out in Buffalo, and he's got more weapons, and he's got a better offensive line. He's got a better,
And definitely
quarterback coach or a
there's
better
few different skill sets,
right.
definitely.
Yeah, that too. And so that a lot of that
Well,
plays
man,
factor.
kinda, because Allen can get up out the pocket and go too, but I mean,
Yeah, he's not that
Kyler.
he's not a
Yeah,
Kyler, right?
yeah, he's definitely not
Um,
Kyler.
Anthony got a question for you, Trey.
Yes, yes, yes. Uh, no. So I do not like. I think we was in agreement yesterday when we talked about this briefly about Danny Dimes and his situation. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the business. Like he's unfortunate. He didn't have the right things around him. You thought he was drafted. They drafted Saquon Barkley, who was in high regard initially. Of lately, Saquon hasn't been effective,
At all.
and basically he's basically been there by himself. Although I was taking a look at what receivers they have, he has a bevy of receivers that are committed to the Giants through the 2022 season, 2023 season. He got about 5 of them: Sterling Sharp,
Mm-hmm.
Sterling, and a couple of
Boom,
others.
sooner. Yeah,
No,
I'm sorry,
I
my
know you
bad.
did not do that for him. I
He's
can maybe understand Kyler,
he's a Sooner. He is a
Joe,
Sooner though.
Joe,
Whether he's
Kyler,
doing
not
well or
Sterling,
not,
bro.
he's still a Sooner.
Not Sterling. Stop it.
He
Not
was killing
Sterling.
it in Miami. Don't play.
Not Sterling. Nor
He was the
Samad.
number one receiver in
While we
Miami
talking
before he
about
went to the
nor
Giants.
P Ryan. P Ryan and Samad and Sterling. No, I can get Mixon. I can get Kyler. Maybe I can even
Maybe,
maybe
maybe.
yes, because these
What?
numbers in which I see on Kyler is not yet
Oh my
okay. He's a
God,
two-time Pro Bowler.
he's still one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in the league. Thank you, Ron.
Don't stop, Ron. Stop,
Thank you,
Ron.
Ron. He
Ron,
is
Ron. You
one.
know exactly what Ron doing. Stop it, Ron. Stop it, Ron.
Yeah, he's still one of the most
No. That's
electrifying quarterbacks in the league.
but
Whether you
it
believe it or
going
not,
back like Daddy Dimes is unfortunate for him in this situation. So,
it is. It
but
is
I mean,
unfortunate, and it's hard for you. It's hard price to. Is it you that said that?
yeah, Anthony
Oh
Bryson.
no, this part. Alvin, I understand the situation, but he needs to prove it. He needs to prove he deserves to get paid. It's hard to prove if you don't have anything surrounded around you.
So the only thing I say to that, Alvin, is just like we keep that same, we want to keep that same energy. At the end of the day, they are an NFL football team, but at the same token, all teams are not created the same. so,
Facts.
so it's
That
like,
part.
and we did, we go and think and believe we're going to bring in and get these top names or the top people, or when they played, we thought they was pretty good here, and then you end up with what you end up. Injuries are of course a part of it, in which is some part of it for Saquon, but
Saquon, exactly. Like we about to say, Saquon, he
yeah, so
main guy.
yeah,
Like
so you know, what I'm saying, who he thought was going to be there for him, and then he's
right.
not, and then you're basically footing this. You find yourself footing the bill by yourself. Weak offensive line. You're saying not getting what you need, and it starts to down. It just becomes downtrodden at that point. So I do not
I'm
fault
interested to.
him.
Yeah,
But you about to say you're interested?
I'm interested to see what the Giants gonna pick in they. I think they got the fourth or fifth pick in the draft. I want
Mm-hmm.
to see if they will pick a receiver or are they gonna go O line.
I hope they don't go after a receiver because they have too many receivers. Like I looked the other day, they have four. I think about four receivers that are still committed to them throughout the season, while other teams on the list are already down to two, some are only down to one, in which they're looking at who was going to walk. But the Giants have a bevy of receivers, so I would hope
Mm,
that they wouldn't waste a draft pick on a receiver. Not saying it's a
mm,
waste, but they have something to work with. This other thing, glaring needs they need, I'm sure, outside
mm,
of receiver. I don't know how I feel about getting picking the offensive lineman early in
mm,
the first round, but hey, talent is talent at the end of the day, and you need to get what you gotta get. But one of the things I
mm.
was going to bring up to Bishop and talking about these quarterbacks, like I got a current calculated market values for some of the quarterbacks that are coming up on even a potential payday or extension. Kyler Murray, 6 years, $258 million, which equates to $43 million. Is Kyler Murray worth $43 million? So that's what you're telling me, Bishop?
So by the numbers, and if you look at
Mm-hmm.
it by being honest by the numbers, he's not.
He's not worth
By
that.
looking at
Yeah,
what
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
not right now. You can't say he's worth that at this point because again, you just got to look at the numbers, and
that's a
so it's hard to
substantial
give it.
amount of money for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard to give a person that amount that much money and is not producing or even showing any type of growth within the league, within the organization.
and I'm
So
putting I'm
it's
putting
hard to put
43
that
million
much
on your
money. You
head
putting 43 million, and then they offer
that I have to
MVP
eat.
Aaron Rodgers 45.
Pretty close. I got his number too. We'll get to him, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
exactly, and now I'm putting this on my books, and if you
right.
start to and you don't live up to that billing, I got a contract that I can't move.
All right.
43 million for you, and you're not putting up those numbers. You're not playing. So saying, I just don't think that's appropriate. Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson, 5 years, 215 million, 43 million a year.
I think he's worth that.
Mm, I agree with you.
I
I
think
can
he's
rock
worth
with
that.
you on
I
that.
think he's worth that. He's definitely above Kyler Murray. I think he's a former MVP. I definitely feel like he's worth that. Um, they're just missing some key elements in
Yeah,
certain
they need
areas,
help. They
and
need
they
help to help him. Yeah.
yeah. And once they get that, the Ravens gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Matthew Stafford, 4 years, 166 million, 41 and a half a year.
He's worth it. I
Oh,
know you. I knew you was gonna say that because
I don't know, man.
you don't believe in Matthew, but brother, you
No, so
cannot. How can
I
you not? How can you
so
say
it's not
no
I
when
don't
this dude?
believe in him because I mean
You
obviously he
don't.
came and
You
he changed the culture and with the winning culture in
right. So
LA.
you,
Like
but
he came there. So it's not that I
you.
don't believe in him. I just don't like him there. All right, maybe that's it.
Why don't you?
He should have
What
been
don't you
in San
like?
Francisco.
Oh, that's why I knew it was some
Moving on to
bias
Derek Carr.
nonsense. I
He
knew it
should
was
have been
some
in San
bias
Francisco.
nonsense. No, he should not. He's good where he's at. I pay that man his money. He just won you a Super Bowl. He's going to
No,
Disneyland. Get that man his money.
he won y'all Super Bowl. He ain't win me ish. Uh,
He ain't won me a Super Bowl. Well, he did because I picked
yeah.
that team. He did win me. You right. You right. I
Oh,
picked that
okay,
team.
Alvin. Speak on that, Alvin. Speak on that,
Wait,
Alvin.
what? Come on, bro. How you gonna say too much and this man just won a Super Bowl, bro? Seriously?
So because okay.
That is not that doesn't make any
So
sense,
so
bro.
you're telling me winning one Super Bowl makes you a Super Bowl winning quarterback?
Think about what you just said.
No, I know. I heard what I said, and so I thought after I
What?
said it, as it was coming out, it's like
What? Yes, that makes him a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He won the
I
Super
mean,
Bowl.
outside of the aesthetics of yes, because he won the Super Bowl, it makes him a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But is that a moniker in which we can place upon him for maybe a couple? I'm not going to even say year after year. Is that a moniker that we can place on him? Is that a
Yeah,
moniker that
Jackie.
we can place on him? Like over, like he's going to win another one in the next 4 years because he just won one. So in 5 years, he's going to win two Super Bowls. Is that what we could say?
He has the possibility. Yes, he does have the if they run it back, like Sean
Mm-hmm.
McVay stated, and they keep everybody in line without any injuries. If it, God forbid, they knock on wood, they don't even have any injuries. Yes, they have the capability of doing the exact same thing in which the Kansas City Chiefs do. They're basically identical to the Kansas City Chiefs. When it's all said and done, they're the exact same team, just in a different area with the same type of weapons and all. Kansas City don't have the defense the Rams have, though.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely don't have that type of defense.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, yeah, why not? Absolutely, absolutely. That dude, I feel like he deserves his money. He proved he can win a Super Bowl because that was the biggest thing everybody was saying that he couldn't do out in Detroit. So once they moved him out of Detroit, it
First
proved
year.
moved first year, proved to the fact that I'm that dude. Y'all slept on me and thinking I couldn't be that dude to win one.
So
Let me
what?
show you different.
Okay. I'll say let's do this then,
Mhm,
and please answer this question if you can.
mhm.
Basically, he had the same thing in Cooper Cup that he had in Calvin Johnson. Why is it he couldn't win the Super Bowl in Detroit?
Well, so it's a different dynamic because you
Okay.
had that with Cooper Cup, Calvin Johnson, you had that too. But the thing about the again, Detroit didn't have a defense like
Okay.
Kansas, like the Rams did. Um, it wasn't just Cooper Cup out there.
But you could say
you
that
had
Cooper Cup
OBJ.
was the majority of his offense
Yeah,
throughout the
yeah,
year.
because of Cooper Cup's numbers,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I give you that. But when it's all said and done, what I'm saying, those are definitely two different teams, man. Two different teams when it was all said and done. And I totally believe that if they would have surrounded Stafford with not only Megatron but also another wide receiver and a
Someone.
decent
Yeah.
back, I think he would have. I think he could have done even made some things happen out there in in Detroit as well. But he couldn't do it without Rams defense and them offensive weapons he had. Come on, you can't tell me that Staff did all the work. He has to throw the ball. What? Okay, so let me
So
ask you this.
according
Hold on, let me
according
ask
to
you
him,
this, Alvin.
yeah.
Hold on, let me
How
ask you
much
this,
did he work?
Alvin. Who was the quarterback before Matthew Stafford?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Why he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get it done? He had the
He
same
they
weapons.
went. They
They
went.
went, but he didn't win. He had the same weapons. He
But
had Cooper Cup.
so I will say golf is
Exactly.
no
There's
Stafford.
no Matthew Stafford. Thank you. My point right there. He had the same people. He didn't. Well, they didn't have the same defense. Get it? I get that. They didn't have the defense in which they had that won the Super Bowl this year. However, he still had the same offensive weapon. So if you really look at it, why didn't Golf win a Super Bowl with the Rams? Like you asking Trey, why didn't Stafford win a Super Bowl with Detroit? It's the same thing.
Well, we know it's because golf was basically he probably was above his way. He was in over his head. It wasn't because that was like the worst Super Bowl ever. but
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying. But it took two teams, and evidently New England didn't do anything with it either. So they just got the
right,
win.
right. But coach had no Super Bowl experience either, or the team. What coach? Sean McVay? You talking about?
Sean McVay. I think
I
that still
get
comes
it, but
back to that comes back to he's an
yeah,
NFL team and he made the Super Bowl still.
neither. Excuse me, Alvin. If I'm not
Zach
mistaken, you're an
Taylor,
Eagles.
yeah.
Hold on, but you're an Eagles fan, correct, Alvin? So with that being said,
Mm,
did our
Dougie
quarter
P.
or did Peterson Doug Peterson have any Super Bowl experience? Don't worry, I'll wait. I just want to know, did Doug Peterson have any Super Bowl experience? He did. I totally agree. I totally agree. I totally agree with that. But I don't think Doug Peterson had Super Bowl. Okay, I see where you're going with. Okay, that's what I thought. So Super Bowl experiences, it doesn't
It helps,
really,
but it
it
doesn't.
helps.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah.
It's a benefit, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to get you over the hump. Yeah, I totally agree. It helps 100%, but that doesn't necessarily put you over the hump. It doesn't. And
Okay.
so
So basically saying that, yeah, so we're saying that he earned, is it fair enough to say that he earned some money, but maybe not 41 million, or you think he should get 41 million?
I think he deserves his 41 million, bro, because of the fact you're looking at a guy
He's a Super
who,
Bowl winning quarterback.
no, not just that. It's not even just that. It's the fact of the matter that he left Detroit and everybody was against him being that quarterback. And he proved his point. Like, dude, you're saying, oh, Matthew Stafford, he's overrated. He's not that quarterback. He's not this. He's not that. He hasn't won the big game. He can't get over the hump. And then he goes to a team that plays to his strengths and he wins one. Dude, hey, man, let me get my money, bro. Let me get my money because y'all talked all that noise about me not being able to be that dude. I think I just won Super Bowl 56, bro. Let me get my money. Can you pass that on to me, please? Thank you. I mean, it is what it is. You gotta give just when just due, bro. And I feel like he deserves his money. Now, will he pan out to be deserving of 41 million throughout the rest of his career?
Over 4 years?
Yeah, I don't know now. I can't say that.
Because at some
But
point you
right
got to
now,
start to pay everybody else. Because technically, did Cooper Kupp get paid, or is he? I think he's next on
I think
the
he's
pay
next.
chart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
because
he's next.
he's coming up on his
Right, which he should get his money
contract.
too. He should get his money. But you say that you and Alvin are saying this about Matthew Stafford, but then you look at quarterbacks like Dak Prescott who got paid and didn't do nothing. All the big hoopla about Dak Prescott, pay Dak Prescott, and they can't get past
So
the
what
first round.
Jerome is saying that Dak got his money, Cooper should get his. I mean, not
Yeah,
Cooper.
Matthew
Matt
should get,
should
and I
get
thank
his.
you, Jerome. I just said, appreciate you. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm just saying, as an owner and GM, it might be too much. And totally understand. I see what you're saying. I get where you're coming from, Alvin. I told you, yeah, but again, right now you got to pay him for what he's done. Right now, you got to pay him for what he just did for your team. What you see in the future, you can't pay him for the future and what he can do. You're in hopes that you paying him is going to revitalize him in hopes that he continues to do or go on the path in which he's in right now. But when it's all said and done, we don't know. Those are the chances you take when you pay a quarterback. But right now, Matthew Stafford is that dude, bro. Like right now, he's that guy. You can't ignore that. You can't.
And then and you know what? It's funny because we just said, yeah, Lamar Jackson should get 43 million, but we don't want to pay Pat Stafford 41 million after he just won the Super Bowl.
Like, how does that sound? You want to pay Lamar, who didn't make the playoffs, who didn't make it into the Super Bowl, but you want to pay him, but you don't want to pay a guy who just won the Super Bowl. That makes no sense. No sense. Yeah, you looking at Lamar Jackson,
his upside,
his athleticism, what we've seen Lamar be able to do, but we've seen Matthew do is one season in LA. We've seen him what he could do one season, which was take a team to a Super Bowl
with a receiving core,
with that receiving core, and take a team to a Super Bowl. You have to give him his just due, man, without question.
Does Lamar Jackson win the Super Bowl with the Rams receiving core?
With the Rams
receiving core, yeah.
Does Lamar win one if he was in LA?
If he was in LA or that receiving core was in Baltimore, does he win?
I think you still got to play. I think a defense still plays a factor.
Oh, okay. You're right.
I think the defense.
So he would basically Lamar would have to be in LA for that to happen. Basically,
yeah. Now, if Lamar goes to LA, yes, absolutely, he wins. In my opinion, I'd absolutely give Lamar Jackson a Lombardi. If he goes over there, if they was to switch spots, I absolutely. Bishop age is a factor. I agree with that. I agree with that completely, Anthony. I do agree with that. But pay him his money while he's still playing. Yes, and Matt is going to compare himself to Dak. Facts. He has the right to, don't you think? But I do agree. Matt does have the leverage right now with the negotiation because it's absolutely. Now, yes, with Lamar Jackson, if you throw Lamar Jackson over there, he wins the Super Bowl. Yes, I do. I do believe that with that defense and with those weapons, absolutely. Because now you have a guy who's not only a threat in throwing the ball, but boy, on the run, on outside the
But so
pocket.
so interesting enough, like true that I completely get that. So let's say if you took that receiving core and put it in Baltimore, that's gonna those that's they become. Don't you think they would become the same type of offense that you have in
Absolutely.
Kansas City? So maybe
Absolutely.
so you have to basically outgun them as opposed to saying your
Right.
defense. So
Right.
they so I wonder will he
Absolutely.
still be able to do it in that aspect
Absolutely.
as well.
Absolutely. He would definitely have to be well for you to beat Baltimore and they have the same weapons that if all the weapons from
You would
LA,
have yeah it would
you
be
would have
yeah
to outscore them. You would
yeah.
definitely
So
have to outscore
that's
them.
almost like an offense a offense playing defense as well.
Right. You would if the Baltimore Ravens had that receiving core, it would be whoever had the ball last would probably win that game. And if it was Baltimore, you can best believe Baltimore would win that game.
Okay.
Behind the legs probably of Lamar Jackson.
All right, Derek Carr, 4
Mhm.
years, 144 million, 36 million a year.
I'm out on I don't know about Derek Carr, bro. I like Derek Carr. I'm not gonna lie. I like Derek
Oh,
Carr. I don't know
Jesus.
if he's worth 36 million though.
He
I
hasn't
don't
proven
know.
that. You don't think? We talk.
He's done decent.
I don't understand what the hoopla is on Derek Carr. Maybe I'll be looking at
He's
the wrong
decent.
TV.
He's decent, man. Derek Carr is definitely decent. He's won some big games for them in within the season. You know, some comeback games and some games that they definitely should have lost. However, I don't know if he's worth 36 million. I just don't know, man. I don't know if I could pull the trigger on that right now on him. I don't because they got so much drama and hoopla over there in regards to the Vegas Raiders. I don't know. I'm still out on that one in regards to Carr, man. In my opinion,
Aaron Rodgers, 3 million, 140 million,
pay that
46.6.
man. Pay that man. He's a two-time MVP. There's nothing else left to say. Pay that man. But let's talk
But
about what
again,
you think we
but
should do with that. Oh, hold on. We'll talk about that. But
Again, just like Alvin was saying earlier before the Eagles comment, age. So we talk about 3 years, $46 million for 3 years
that's how much. I think that's how much he got left on his in his
in
tank.
his tank.
hmm
46 3 years, 46 million.
Yeah, I think that's how much
20,
he got left.
20 million more for 3 years.
Yeah, I think he got that much left in his. He still did again, mind you. You got to give credit where credit's due. He's still a two-time MVP.
So how about I pay him 2 years for the two MVPs and drop a couple of
No, because he's already been paid for those.
he's
Them
getting
MVPs, them MVPs are paid for. You can't pay me for something that I've already won for. I've already won. You got to pay me for future stuff, not for past stuff.
but again you for future how I see it is you potentially might not win the MVP again.
But I might too.
I don't know. I think
Tom Brady's gone, may or possibly gone. So I'm very very much so a front runner for winning it again.
You know what? I got a hot take for you, bro.
Okay,
Matthew Stafford might win the MVP next year.
he could. I definitely believe that he could. He definitely could, without question. But he's got to beat
I
out.
think
He's
I
got to
think
beat out
now
Aaron
when
Rodgers. He's got to beat out Aaron Rodgers. He's got to beat out Patrick the Great. He's got to beat out Lamar. He's got to beat
and
out.
that goes back to what the point I was about to make. But you put more out there. Emphasis is more. I think now there's more people that can beat out Aaron Rodgers for upcoming, especially this year and the next 3 years. If that was the case, that would beat him out for MVP. So at some point,
See, but you
it
say
comes
that,
down to you're being paid for what you did as opposed to what you're going to do. I don't think that's in Aaron Rodgers
but
anymore.
but see, this is the thing, right?
Not with
You
Green
say
Bay.
that, but you say that, but Aaron Rodgers just beat out all them people in which I named, including Tom Brady, was not a name in there because we don't know what his future holds. But he just beat out all those individuals in which you just talked about. The Lamar Jack, or I talked about Lamar Jacksons, the Matthew Staffords, the Patrick the Great, the all of them. He just beat them all out.
I don't
So
even think.
it
I don't even
yeah.
think. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers is going to be in MVP talks next year. I think it's a wrap for
Ooh,
that.
well, it all depends on where he ends up. When it's all said and done, a lot of it is going to be determined on if he's still in Green Bay or is he somewhere else.
Mm.
So yeah, we can't really say if he's going to win MVP again, because we don't know where he's going to be. But depending on where he ends up or lands, he has it's a possibility on because if he goes to, say for instance, he go to Tampa Bay, oh yeah, he has an opportunity to win it again. Say he goes to your team, the 49ers, oh yeah, he definitely has an opportunity to win it again. Say he goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, oh yeah, he has an opportunity to win it again. There's certain teams that you can say, oh yeah, he's coming into the, if he goes to win any one of those three teams, and if maybe a few others, he goes to any one of those three teams, I guarantee you at the beginning of the season, they're already putting him in MVP talk. Guaranteed you. If he goes to any one of those three teams, guarantee you they put him in MVP talk coming at the beginning of the season without him throwing one ball. I'm just that's just it. Now him going to Houston, the Texans, now we gotta say, I don't know. Him going to Vegas, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, teams like that. But yeah, the three top teams, definitely got to put him in the conversation as being the MVP, 3-time possible MVP. Out of all QBs, what team will hurt the most if you pay their QB? Out of all the QBs, what team will hurt the most if you pay their QB?
Hold on, before I ask you a question, because two of these quarterbacks, the last two quarterbacks I got, might be, saying could be able to be in that top, that common topic. So additionally, Russell Wilson, 3 years, 128 million, 42.6 a year.
Russell's on a decline.
Oh,
I can't. He is. He's on a decline. Not 42 mil. That's 3 million less than Aaron. No, he wasn't. Russell wasn't nowhere close to the MVP talks.
No. And lastly, Kirk Cousins, 3 years, 103 million, 34.3 million a year.
Hell no, Kirk. No, Kirk. You like that? No, Kirk. No. Kirk, you gotta show me some more, bro. In my opinion, no, Kirk, no.
Oh, Alvin says so. Russell's in the decline. That's because of Seattle, though, not necessarily.
I agree. I'm not arguing that at all, Alvin. Not whatsoever. I'm not arguing that whatsoever. I do feel if Russell goes somewhere else, he will definitely be a commodity. Kirk Cousins is a backup. Facts. Russell Wilson goes somewhere else, I think he will definitely be. If Russell was to go to Phil, or if Russell was to go to Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, oh yeah. Send Russell to Dallas. No, why would you want to do something as crazy as that, Jerome? Oh, because you're a Dallas Cowboy fan. That's right. Never mind. Yeah, I ain't see who said it at first. No, we do not need Russell. No, don't want to see Russell go to Dallas. Nope. Nope. No, those three teams. If Russell carried the team for so long, he's exhausted. Absolutely. But you got to keep in mind, Russell leaving behind. We know who. That bad man. Who that bad man, Trey?
In Seattle?
Yeah.
Tall leaving Pete Carroll?
No. Russell is currently on pro.
Or DK Metcalf?
DK Metcalf.
Yeah, he's pretty vicious.
Yeah, DK Metcalf.
But honestly, I think Lockett is more of a threat than DK.
No, not me. Not to me. Lockett is good. Don't get me wrong. I definitely give him props. He's definitely a solid 2 out there where he's at, without question. He's definitely that dude, but he's not a DK. No. DK is too physical, bro. Way more physical than Lockett.
I mean, yeah. He's up. I just think maybe it's in that offense. I think he's more effective in that offense than because, like you said, DK is just a physical specimen of nature. But I think in the offense, Lockett is more suited, is a better weapon in their offense for Russell than DK is. Because I like you said, when you just said he's a solid number 2, I thought to myself, Lockett's not a number 1. At this juncture.
Why would you want Dak, Jerome? Because y'all paid him. That's why you would want Dak. Y'all done paid him. Get y'all's money's worth. Stick with what y'all paid for. You paid for what y'all wanted. That's what y'all wanted. Y'all got him. Hold on to him. Keep him in your back pocket.
So
What?
earlier,
Don't mention DK. Eagles had the chance to pick him. Bro, you already know how pissed I. You already know. You already know. I'm so mad because we could have had DK. We had him. We passed on him. Move him. Move that. Boy, you sound like a lot of Cowboy fans.
so
Well, I done paid him
as
though. Go ahead.
as earlier he was talking about, I think Anthony Price brought up the OT rule. So what has been initiated by the Indiana Colts during the team meeting, owners meeting, it has been that they're basically propose that both teams gets the opportunity to touch the ball in overtime, and that's in the regular season and in the
Postseason.
postseason. So, Bishop, what do you think about that? Good idea. You rocking with that, or
What?
you still kind of looking at something else?
Well, with that, I feel like now we're gonna have more double overtimes and stuff like that. And you just making the games longer. I think me, you, and whoever else it was, we
It
was
was
talking
Ron,
about
I
it.
think.
Yeah, Ron, we was talking about it. I told you what I think. Put it in the kickers' hands, man. Let the kickers win the game. Put it in the kickers' hands. Let kickers win. You know what I'm saying? Put it, And now you have a real, like, legitimate reason to pick a kicker. That's what I
Like
say.
you can't just wait till the last round. You got like,
Yeah,
oh,
now
I
you
might.
pick. Oh, hold on, bro. They changed the rule, man. The kickers gonna win in overtime. Hey, man, leave that wide receiver over there. Let's get old boy. He got the leg. He's kicking 65 yarders, bro. Let's get him. I'm just saying that's gonna be the conversation in the war room. I'm just saying.
Evan agrees. Yes, have a kickoff.
Yeah, I totally agree, bro. I'm you laughing, but I'm so serious, bro. Now kickers will be a hot commodity, bro. For real, for real. Let them win the game. They there. They don't do nothing at practice. Kick balls all day, sit on the sideline eating Cheetos, being on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Let them let them put in some work, bro.
Look at
Where do these Cowboys fans come from making this show an NFC East show? Bro, yeah, it's so many Cowboy fans out there. That's so-called America's team. Anywho,
so, Bishop, I was looking at some of the standings from last year. I start wondering again, just like we talked about yesterday or earlier this week, about how, well, actually yesterday, because that was earlier this week, basically how there's going to be who's going to be jumping forth for players. I posed the same question for these for a couple of these teams. So I got 5 teams here. I got their win, what they win, and I want to know what you think the over or under will be on them leaping, and how many games you think they're going to leap forward in this year. First team, Jacksonville Jaguars, 3 wins this year, over or under, and how many on wins?
they'll
I
be
think
over.
they get,
They'll be over.
over here.
They'll
I,
be over.
I almost said a number, but I was like, hold up. So
I don't know how many.
I give them 3, 3 over,
So they'll be 6 and what? 6 and
6 and 11.
11.
hmm I think they could get 3 wins.
Three more wins.
hmm
Yeah. I think they'll be over. I still believe in Sunshine.
hmm
Trevor Lawrence. I still believe in him. I do. I think he has the talent. I just think they just need to, find someone to come in there, and it wasn't Urban. I think it's someone they need. I just think they need to find someone to come in there and coach him up and get him NFL ready to be more successful underneath that organization. So yeah, I definitely got them over.
Okay. New York Jets, 4 over under or even. I think over 2.
Yeah, with the Jets though, every season, every season, bro, they the same for the most part, bro. They win 4 and 5 games here and there. Alvin says even, not in Jacksonville, huh, Alvin? Even, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go even too.
You think even stay at 4?
Yeah.
Just
Mm-hmm.
even.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Giants, 4 over under.
I think they go over. I think Matt Jones is going, or not Matt Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. I think they go over.
I
I
think they
think they
go over
win.
3. I
Yeah, I
think they
think
get
they.
to 7.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Detroit Lions, over under. They three was this year over under.
They got golf now, right?
Yeah, they got golf. They actually went on the win streak towards the end
Yeah, I
towards the
know.
end of the season. But you know what? Honestly, Detroit Lions was close in a lot of their games.
Yeah.
They was close in a lot of their games. It's just they
Yeah.
didn't
And they
happen.
won
And
some
then
games that they shouldn't have won.
yeah,
Actually,
so
yeah.
I would actually give
Well, you
them
said they won 4, 3 or 4.
three
I go over.
over
Yeah,
over.
I
I
go
think
over.
I would give them over 5. I think they get 8 wins this year. That's probably the
8
biggest.
wins.
I think they get 8 wins.
Ooh, boy, you giving them a lot of justice, bro.
They should have won them games last year, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, see, Alvin agrees 6 or 7 wins this year.
Yeah,
I think they get well, I give him 8. He gave him
6
over
and 6. Yeah.
3 to 4. I give him over at 5.
Okay.
The Carolina Panthers 5 was this year over or under or even.
Even.
Even? Yeah,
Mhm.
probably so. I
Even.
almost went with an under, actually.
Yeah, I think that even McCaffrey's all they have right now.
And then yeah,
I think they need much more than just McCaffrey.
yeah, definitely. And lastly, the Texans over under.
A
They
lot of
was
the, I
they was
can't
at 4.
I can't say because it all depends on what happens with Deshaun.
I think they actually
Because
get an over. I give them over 2.
if Deshaun comes back into Houston, yeah, they won 4.
Yeah, 4. They won 4 this year. I think they could get to 6.
I think they get over. Yeah, let me give them over.
I think they get to 6.
I give them over. I give them
Definitely,
over.
definitely.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
Ooh, really, Alvin? That's how you feeling?
Wow. Wow.
Coach Dante, where you at? It's a
I know, right?
7 wins.
7 wins, bro. Wow.
That's even saying that Deshaun is coming back in the building, or David Mills is going to represent.
Or Tyrod, not Tyrod.
Or Tyrod, yeah,
Tyrod.
Or Tyrod comes back and he's tired of the talk.
Yeah. Oh no, that's you giving him a whole. He said just watch. Okay, we'll see.
Don't believe it, just watch.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna definitely watch and see. I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen with.
Of course, it's a
Deshaun.
disclaimer.
And yes, if Deshaun comes back, of course, yeah, yeah, without question.
So let's play a bit of free agent darts. I'm going to throw 3 or 4 names at you. You tell me where you're throwing them at to land. First, of course, the coveted Devontae Adams. Where you think he's going to? Where you think possibly he's going? If you was throwing darts, what team were you throwing them to? 32 teams on the board. Who are you throwing them to? Devontae Adams.
So depending on if Deshaun was come back, I would throw him over to Houston. If Deshaun came back with Devontae, I'd throw him over to Houston. I definitely throw him over to Philly because we could definitely use a true receiver out there, man. Outside of Smith, that would be we need a true number 2, or if they could even reverse roles. Ooh, Anthony said Las Vegas. Yeah, with Carr,
they
could
do
use
need
him.
They do need.
They could use him. That's
I think that kind of is like the black and silver and black fixed his moniker.
Yeah, I think that they definitely could use him. I could see that for sure. I definitely could see
that. I like that one. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely like that. And I could see him in Tampa Bay.
Well, yeah, probably because he might have to replace Chris Godwin.
Yep.
Godwin might go. That Godwin might end up in Las Vegas.
So yeah.
Okay. What about Chandler Jones, defensive end?
Who?
Chandler Jones.
Philly.
What we're not going to do is Philly is not going to be on every. It's going to be every.
Why wouldn't
all these is not going to be.
Why wouldn't he? We need a defensive end. We getting old on the ends, on the bookends. We getting old on the bookends. Yes, Philly. Buffalo. Kansas City.
One of the offensive teams to build the
Kansas City.
the defense.
Yep, Kansas City. Definitely Kansas City. Ooh, Pittsburgh, opposite of
Mm,
Watt.
hmm
Ooh,
Look at Alvin.
wee.
We definitely need, don't
Yeah, we
co-sign that
do.
mess.
We do. He know. We do.
Don't co-sign
Opposite
that
of
mess.
Watt. Yeah, that's where I could see him going. Yeah.
Another person opposite of Watt.
Hmm.
Okay. J.C. Jackson, cornerback from Buffalo.
Philly. We definitely need secondary. We
I
definitely
almost
need.
threw my damn earphones, man.
We definitely need secondary. Yeah, yeah, definitely need secondary. Who else?
I know this next one you ain't gonna sit up and say Philly, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Who? Secondary. Yeah, Philly and hmm. That's all I can think of in regards to him was
I
Philly.
know, Anthony. That's what. See, this is
And
it's like
everybody.
you know what? That's the. I see that as I see that as the mindset of an NFC East. Like all y'all,
uh,
like Anthony, you the
listen.
only person who I don't hear with this rhetoric. But them down Eagles and Dallas fans, goodness gracious.
Oh man, you just asking, man. Remember, I don't think you forgot we have got picks to leverage and we have the cap as well. Absolutely. Tell them, Alvin, man. They don't understand where we sit, bro.
Like I said, this next one, I'm very sure you're not saying Philly. Zach
Who?
Ertz.
Philly. Philly for sure. We just talked about yesterday. Zach can come back. We could try to do that. We could definitely try to do that. Bill Belichick, two tight end offense, baby. I'm definitely.
So basically, if you bring Zach back, you don't need Devontae.
No, we need Devontae too now. We need both.
Y'all can't sign a whole free agent.
We need both. We need both.
Damn
Yes.
NFC,
Zach Ertz.
damn NFC East.
Who did I? It's somebody else I said Zach could go to yesterday. Who was we talking about? You were saying was the dude tight end we was talking about yesterday.
I've been talking about we taking everywhere.
Yeah, we taking everyone. Exactly. We had him anyway, so we welcome him back. That's all. We bringing him back.
Just a homecoming.
Zach Ertz, yeah, man, he could go to a lot of teams, man. To be honest, he can go to pretty much anywhere. To me, in my opinion, Philly is the man.
That's basically what they trying to make. All the cards. It got all the cards.
Stop it, Stan, man. It ain't an all-star team or all-man team, man. We just picking up, key areas, bro. Key areas. The next one probably won't come to us, man.
Odell Beckham.
Oh, definitely us. Yeah. Definitely us.
Oh,
definitely give us OBJ, baby. Yes. Now, if we get OBJ, we might not need Adams. You know what I'm saying? Or Ertz. If you give us OBJ, we might not need Adams or Ertz. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all just wait handily for his return from off
Yeah.
the injury. But like, yeah, we
all
good,
the areas. That's right, all the areas. But OBJ, yes. If we get OBJ, we probably don't need Adams or Ertz. I give you that. OBJ could go to a but yeah, definitely OBJ to why you hating on Philly? I know. Tell and say it again, Alvin. You know what I'm saying? OBJ, you know what? OBJ would be a good addition to the 49ers.
with Debo.
Yep, him and Debo. Him and Debo would be a force. Yeah. I can see that out there. OBJ to Pittsburgh to take the place of Juju. Mm-hmm. Yep, take a place of Juju. OBJ over to Tampa Bay, being that Godwin might leave. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. What do you say? We need another wide receiver. Absolutely. I'll take tell them, Alvin. They don't understand, bro. They even said it on the news, man. We need another receiver in Philly. We need somebody to take the edge off, baby. And OBJ could do that. Him or Adam. Any one of them could take that edge off, baby. Any one of them.
So, of course, lastly in the NFL, Bishop, what do you think about the re-emergence next year of the popsicle uniforms in Tampa Bay? How was you feeling those? Would you rock one?
The popsicle,
the creamsicle uniforms in that Tampa Bay had. You know, the orange with the red lining.
Oh, yeah. The old school Jones.
Yeah, the throwbacks.
Yeah. I like them. I did like that Tampa Bay. Yeah, they bringing them back.
Yeah, they're going to use them for the throwback games next year.
I like it. I think all the teams should do some, them throwback jumps. I
What
like
if you can remember what has been
shut
if
up,
any of any
listen.
team of any team, what has been your favorite uniform that you like? You know what that jersey is like. I'm not a fan, but I rock that. What has been even if it's that. Whereas I think for me, I think that the New Orleans color splash ones with the white, the all white with the gold
Mm-mm.
letters with
Too
the gold
white,
numbers.
too
I
much
think
white.
that was I like white, bro. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
too much white.
that would be that. I think that one would be
I like,
that
you know what? I like the Rams new one. That
the
new,
new round one.
yeah, the new Rams jersey, that uniform, that one. But I will be honest, who's one team that's then had some of the sickest uniforms is Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay,
Yeah, Tampa
the,
Bay then
the
had some of the
cuter,
sickest uniforms. Yeah, then had some of the sickest uniform. I like Detroit had a sick one when they had that black with
the
that
black and the
blue.
with the blue with the Honolulu blue.
Yeah, those were sick too. Detroit had some sick ones too. Who else? Um,
Who else was had the color? The color it was another color rush one that was pretty fire.
I'm trying to
Um,
think who it was.
Was it the nah? I was about to say was it the Detroit Lions? But their color rush was that blue. It was an all blue uniform.
Yeah,
But
all
not
blue.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I really think that for me, like I said, it was the New Orleans with the white with the gold color rush. What else?
uh, who else? Who else had another one?
What was y'all color rush uniform? Was it the green? Was it
The black,
black and green?
yeah, the green. I think it was it was the green. I think our color was with the green, like Alvin said. I think it was the green color rush was our greenish like color rush. But it's somebody else, like you said, it's somebody else out there. I'm really sitting here trying to think who it was. Buffalo had a nice one. Buffalo had that
Was it red?
royal.
All red?
Oh, they did have a red one. That's
Was it
right. They
red?
did
It
have
was
red
all
ones.
red with the royal
Yeah, they
blue.
had that red one. They did have that red one. That was their color rush. They had that red one. Buffalo had that red color rush. That one was sick too. That one was a sick one too. I like that one. Seattle's the
See,
green.
that
That
green,
that yeah,
that lime green.
that lime green. That lime green was sick. Seattle had that lime green that was real sick. I used to like that. I used to play with them on Madden just because I wanted to wear that uniform. That Seattle green was killer. Yeah, that Seattle green was killer. Yeah, I remember that. And then y'all had them gold ones.
No, we didn't have the gold ones. That was like something
What was
else.
y'all color rush?
The color brush was black. It was a black and red.
Oh, those weren't bad though. I did like those. Those weren't bad though. Those weren't bad though. I did like those black with that red and gold. That was pretty tight. That was pretty tight.
So of course, yesterday, a couple of teams made a move or so. One being the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA. They
I
waived,
saw that.
they waived Jordan,
Yeah, that's what
DeAndre
I said.
Jordan.
That's what I said. Let's stay in Seattle's color.
They
That
waived,
Seattle. Yeah.
they waived DeAndre Jordan, signed DJ Augustine, and now DeAndre Jordan is being coveted possibly by the Philadelphia 76ers to shore up their backcourt.
Ooh.
So, saying shout out. No, that's not shout out DeAndre Jordan. He shouldn't have been in LA anyway.
Y'all needed somebody to back up AD.
No, that's what we had Dwight Howard for.
You really think Howard is better than Jordan?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Which it
I think
means,
they about the same, bro.
well, probably so. But I was about to
I
say
think they
it
about the
shows
same.
because now Jordan is gone and Dwight Howard is
Because I
still
feel
there
like
for the
Jordan is
top.
more. I mean, I feel like Howard is more injury prone than Jordan.
Well, I don't know what. Well, he's like I said, he's gone now.
Yeah, it don't matter now. Yeah, he definitely out of there. He's gone. He's out of there. See ya. I wouldn't say they looking scary. I wouldn't say that, Alvin. I think you jumping the
They're
gun a
doing
little
too
bit.
much.
Yeah, you jumping the gun a little bit, bro. You jumping the gun just a little bit, bro. They ain't played but a few handful of games so far, 3 or 4 games. Let's not get carried away. They just started back playing on last Thursday. They ain't even been playing a week yet. Let's not get carried away. I wouldn't say they scary. It raises eyebrows. I'll give you that. It got some eyebrow raises, but I wouldn't call them scary.
Ain't gonna be serious yet.
Yeah,
Just
they ain't
raise his
scary.
eyebrow.
This ain't no. They ain't Jason. They might be Chucky, maybe a little Chucky scary, but not. not Jason or nothing like that yet.
Jigsaw, they ain't Jigsaw,
Jigsaw,
nothing like
no, they
that
ain't there
yet.
yet. No, yeah, no, they ain't there. They ain't Freddy. They ain't none of that. None of that. They ain't there
So
yet.
what may be scary, Bishop, of course, I think you prefer this, is KD is due to possibly come
Oh yes,
return
sir.
this week.
I heard it. I heard that yesterday right before we got off. KD is due back by the end of the week, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Yep. I saw that yesterday. Right before we got off. I saw that KD is expected back in the Nets by the end of the week. Let's go. Let's go.
So now you potentially, but of course, they're still without the other players. As yesterday, the mayor of New York basically stated that he cannot make exceptions to KD. He's just not going to be able to play. He needs to get vaccinated. Do you think the vaccination situation in Brooklyn is starting to really cause problems, Bishop?
Screw the mayor, man. Screw the mayor, man. I heard him talking about it this morning. They talking about it all over the airways, man. Screw the mayor, man. Oh, it wouldn't be fair if we let Kyrie come back and we don't let other work. Man, let everybody come back then. Who cares? Let everybody come back. We need Kyrie. Let everybody come back. You know what? Don't worry about it though. You not letting Kyrie come back. You can best believe you won't be the man next term.
Next turn.
You next term you
He's like,
gone.
remember that time
Remember
you
that
let
time
Tyrese?
you gone. Best believe you gone. You is gone. Ain't nobody finna sit there and no, man. We talked about this briefly yesterday too. No, bro. No, no, man. He'll resort back to his normal non-defensive playing later.
Talk about
You talk
Harden.
about Harden. You
Mm-hmm.
talk about Harden. But yeah, man. I like I said yesterday. I don't know how you can live and allow certain things to happen in regards to mask and mandates and stuff like that, but you can't lift it for everything. Like that just don't make sense to me.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, and then lastly, another move that was made, I guess, as we know, there's a lot of buyouts going on. So Thomas Saransky basically was bought out, and now he is re-emerging and going back to the Washington Wizards.
Wizards, yeah.
Uh, this is something where it wasn't a bad pickup. So he's back in DC with the Wiz. But I say the best for last, but of course, last night there was a gracious amount of games in which I guess we went 1, 2. I think we got about 5 apiece, right? So maybe
Mm-hmm.
5 and 2
Mm-hmm.
last night, especially when we picked a lot of the games. So of course, first off, the Timberwolves did battle against the Cleveland Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland, pretty close game. Minnesota victorious 127-122. Minnesota improves to 33-29 as the Cavaliers fall to 36-25. Timberwolves was led by D'Angelo Russell's 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. He had a concerted effort from Anthony Edwards and Big Cat as they scored 17 a point apiece, as well as Jaden McDaniels chipping in with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. The Cleveland Cavaliers was led by Kevin Love's 26 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 21 points from C.D. Osman, as well as 21 points from Jared Allen. At one point, actually, Minnesota was up by 20 points, and Cleveland had to do what they best to fight back, but they end up falling up short as they get the loss. In Milwaukee,
We was actually
start.
4-3, bro.
You say it was what now?
We was 4-3.
4-3. Okay, 4-3.
Wait, because you picked the Bulls, so
I picked the Bulls. Yes,
but you pick the Raptors or you picked the Nets?
I picked the Nets.
So you was
2-5,
3-3. You was 3-4.
3-4.
Yeah, because you picked the Timberwolves. No, you was 4-3 too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then you lost the Bulls. You lost the Bulls game, the Pacers game, and the Raptors game. Just like me, I lost I lost a Timberwolves game, Pacers games, and the Raptors game. So yeah, we was both 4-3
Four and
instead
three.
of 5-2. Yeah.
Was it's above 500.
Yep. Yep. I'll take
the, the Charlotte Hornets weren't able to get the win in Milwaukee. Milwaukee improves to 37-25 as the Hornets fall to 30-33, 3 games below 500. Of course, the Hornets was led by LaMelo Anthony's 24 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 17 points and from Terry Rozier and Kelly Oubre as Terry Rozier falls back from a 33-point game last night. The Bucks, of course, led by 26 points by Giannis Antetokounmpo, 21 from Drew Holiday, additionally 16 rebounds and 6 assists from Antetokounmpo, 19 points from Chris Middleton, and a double-double from Bobby Portis as he scored 20 and 10. As he continued, the Kings and the Thunder. Sacramento was victorious, a 21-point victory, winning 131 to 110. As they were led by 29 points from Darren Fox. A hell of a game from Trey Lyles with 24 points. Harrison Barnes contributed with 23 points. The Thunder, however, was led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 37 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds. 11 points from Trey Mann and 10 points from Vic Krejcik, as the Thunder just didn't have enough, as they currently are 19 and 42, and the Kings have gone to 20 and 30, I think 20 and 40. The Pistons and the Wizards, correction, that's tonight's game. Go back.
Yeah.
The Heat, in which we dubbed as probably would be one of the Heat
Game.
versus a
Yeah.
game of the night
Yeah.
against some of the top two teams in the league in the Eastern Conference. It goes to show that the Heat are above the Bulls, at least right now, due to the fact of Chicago took the L, losing 112 to 99, dropping to 39 and 23. The Heat are now 41 and 21. The Bulls was led by your man Zach. Zach was back. Zach attacked 22 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, but 18 points from Dosunmu and DeMar DeRozan at 18 points. As you know, DeMar DeRozan's averaged 35 points a game in January, but he came back to earth with an 18 point, 7 rebound, 3 assist night. The Heat were led by the 20 points from Gabe Vincent. 20 points. What's up, Kim?
Oh, Kim made it on here.
Yes, yeah, 13 points from Max Struss, 20 points from Tyler Hero, in which Tyler Hero is really, saying, putting the hurting on them defenses, because he's coming off the bench averaging 20 points a game. Bench squad contributor. 15 points apiece from Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. As like you said, the Heat get the win and continue to sit atop the Eastern Conference standings. Who am I missing?
Ain't but one game you missing.
Two games.
What game? What game you missing? The
I,
Cavs.
it's easy for you to forget. It's easy for you to forget. As the Nets hosted the Toronto Raptors 133 to 97, as the Nets dropped to 32 and 30. The Toronto Raptors ascend to 33 and 27. The Raptors lead scorer Scotty Barnes, rookie phenom, with 28, 16, and 4, as he actually became the first player since Shaquille O'Neal to get a 25, 15, and 5 game. Contributions from Precious Achiuwa, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and Malachi Flynn, 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Nets were led by, what was y'all led by? Anything? 15 points from LaMarcus Aldridge, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. 14 points from rookie Cameron Thomas, as well as 14 points from Bruce Brown Jr. Seth Curry contributed with 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists as well. Newly acquired Goran Dragic, 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Let's see what his man did. And your brother, Patty Mills, 3 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists in 20 minutes of play. Bishop, what went on? And it was y'all.
We don't have it don't matter. I'm not even worried about that game, because guess what? There's a rematch tonight. And guess what? It's on the road. We're going to Toronto. Let's see how it pans out this time. Let's see. We're going to see a whole different Nets team because it's on the road. Watch. Same team, same matchup, different location. Well, let's see.
And of course, with the game of the night, due to the showing of that up and coming fireman Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies played host to the San Antonio Spurs as Pop continues to look for that eluding uh, win to take over the number one spot as coach.
Most wins ever.
There wasn't going to get it in Memphis, as
I
Memphis
knew they
is
weren't gonna
able
get it in
to
Memphis.
get the win 118 to 105, including improving to 43 and 20 as the Spurs fall to 24 and 38. The Spurs was led by Lonnie Walker's 22 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists, 21 points from Javante Murray, double double from Jakob Poeltl. However, that double double could not overshadow or eclipse the highlight of that bad man, Ja Morant, putting him on the
A
poster,
gigantic night.
putting on the poster as he continued with highlight after highlight, 30 footers, catch and shoot, last second buzzer beaters. Ja was on one last night as he went to 52, career high 52 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, as they go ahead and got the win in Memphis in front of his hometown. He had contributions from DeAnthony Milton with 15.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 13.3 rebounds, 1 assist from Tyus Jones. Uh, he was on one last night, Bishop. Like, what
Bruh,
do you
on
what
one
you
ain't
say
even the
about this?
word. He just set the record for most points scored in Memphis Grizzlies history with
Mm-hmm.
those 52 points last night, bro. Like when it's all said and done, bro. I put it on my Facebook today. John Moran is the next Michael Jordan, bro. He's the next Michael Jordan. If he can stay on
Mm.
pace, continue to do what he does, and continue to be like Ja is that dude. Ja is that the dunk he did on Potel. Oh my god, bro! Like that's disrespectful. That's very disrespectful, bro. Like the way he dunked on him. If y'all ain't seen it, just check Sports Center because John Morant was the top two uh plays in Sports Center. Not MJ, I would say Kobe. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pause, Anthony. Whoa, whoa. I mean, beg to differ. I think he's the next. No, AI. No. Yeah, what? AI? No. No, I don't compare him to AI at all. AI could dunk, but he ain't got the hops Ja has whatsoever. Whatsoever. But man, I cannot say it enough, man.
So
That
it's funny. It's funny that Alvin said this about AI because AI posted a picture of Ja with his MVP jer- um, MVP trophy and a Ja Morant jersey hanging on it, and be like, if not, it's sooner or later. So of course, saying AI endorses Ja Morant as an MVP, and the
he
and
definitely should be. Mhm.
a clear and simple pass the torch. OG was the reply from Ja Morant.
I believe I definitely feel like of what it was a few weeks, bro, a few weeks before the All Star break. It was in talks in regards should Ja Morant be in the MVP talks. Now, bro, it's without question. It's without question, bro. He should be in the MVP talks.
I don't
Without
know about that.
question, bro. How many 40 games and nights has he had already? Like,
That's
come
like
on, bro.
his. But I'm not gonna say he
Over
should be an
four.
MVP. He's
Oh, why
definitely
shouldn't
he's
he be? Tell me first. Don't tell me why. Tell me why he shouldn't be. Tell me that part. I want to hear why he shouldn't be.
the team can win without him.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean
You,
that.
you're not
That don't
that
mean
you're not an MVP if your team can win without you. The team doesn't need you necessarily. They help. It's helpful to have you, but if your team can win without you, then you're not. Of course, you're not going to be looked at as the
has
MVP.
has 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 the Sixers won without Embiid?
That's why MB is the front runner for the MVP.
Has the Sixers won? You ain't answer my question. Has the Sixers won without Embiid?
No, they haven't. I mean, they have, but it's more
Okay.
likely, but they're less likely
Don't,
to do without him.
Have they won without Embiid? You said yes. Have the
So all the
has the
teams have won without their top
so
player
then you can't say that then. How can you say that?
but the
If they've
MVP
all
is the
done that,
most
then what?
valuable. Yes, they've won, but the likelihood is more likely that the Memphis Grizzlies will win without Ja Morant in their games, in which it has happened already this season, in which then the Philadelphia 76ers will win without Joel Embiid. Or so right now, supposedly who the front runners for MVP is Joel Embiid, um, Nikolai Jokic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Those are who the
Mm-hmm.
MVPs are. All
Mm-hmm.
those teams have secondary players, but they are almost a microcosm of what they are with one of
And
those three
who's Ja's
players.
secondary player? Don't worry, I'll wait.
There's no one on the team that plays like
Exactly.
Ja, but I'm saying that they
There's
are,
no
but they
one on the
still,
team. There's no one on the
but they
team
play
like the secondary players on those three teams in which you just named.
true, but
There's
they still, but
so
they're,
that
but
makes
that's
him
what
the
I'm
most
saying.
valuable player on the team.
He's the most valuable player on the team, but that doesn't make him the most valuable player in the league, is what I'm saying. So if they can win, like all of them, like you said, true enough, are the most valuable players on the team, but they can't. But the team has more of the Memphis Grizzlies still have more of an opportunity to win without Ja there, as opposed to any of the other teams. So I don't know if it's the coaching, because you got Jasmine Bain or Jaren Jackson Jr. that's still there in Memphis. In Milwaukee, you have Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and
Facts.
Quentin and Portis. So that, saying that diminishes that award for Giannis. But and then without Murray back in Denver, Jokic is the only thing that they got in Denver. And then lastly, of course, who I say Joel Embiid, where you have Tyrese Maxey, now you have James Harden. So it was the only reason in which he has an opportunity, because he's been playing out his mind and continues to play is like that, because now Harden is not going to make the difference. But I could assure you, if Embiid was to go down prior now with Harden, and we still in the first half of the season, Joel Embiid wouldn't be up for the award either. He just happens to be he has to be benefited of the circumstances. So that's where he at. But that's why I go back to saying, like, I would put Ja. I'm not gonna say he doesn't deserve to be in that conversation, but I will put DeMar DeRozan as that front runner prior to
Woo!
Ja.
Demar has Zach Levine and
Yeah, he has Jack Levine and what's his name, Vucevic.
right. Yeah, right. Where Ja
and
doesn't
that's
have
why and that's
Ja
why
has
he's not.
nothing like that though.
That's why.
In
But
any
Josh,
one of them.
but
Go
Josh,
ahead.
but they have a better system, because evidently they have a better record than them. So that's what the issue is. Like, they're
Absolutely,
not.
Alvin.
So that's why they're not. That's not why. That's why they're basically Joel Embiid is probably going to run away with the award this year, even though they're saying DeMar DeRozan has been playing. They're saying above and beyond, out his mind.
I feel like Ja definitely should be in the conversation, and I definitely feel like he's definitely deserving of it. Because the
I think
boy is
he's going
playing,
to walk away. He's going to walk away with the most improved player this year, without a doubt.
he can definitely get that for sure. But then that could also go to whatchamacallit too. That could also go to DeRozan
Oh,
because
probably, yeah,
yeah,
probably.
the fact because he went to Chicago. So yeah, we would definitely have to see. But yeah, the way the way John Morant is playing, it's freaking lights out, bro. Lights out, bro. And I definitely knew Pop wasn't finna get that win last night. I knew that, especially in Memphis. Papa's probably gonna get it at home whenever their next home game is, which is, let me see. Their next home game is it tomorrow? No, no. The Spurs next home game is Thursday. So the Spurs will probably get their next. The Pop will probably wait. Hold on, who they play Thursday? Hold on. Pop will probably get. Oh yeah, they play the Kings. Ugh. I don't know
Hey,
if
he
they'll
probably
get
get
it.
it
Let me
at
see.
home. He probably gets it at home.
They'll probably get it at home. I don't know if they're gonna get it, but they playing the Kings. I don't know. They may or may not. We do have a 6-game slate tonight. We do have the Pistons visiting the Wizards at 6 p.m. We got the
Mm-hmm.
Nets headed out to the Raptors out in Toronto at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have the Atlanta Hawks visiting the Boston Celtics at
Mm.
6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is that's probably well, there's probably 3 games of the night. And you tell me if you agree. That's one. This then we have the LA Clippers headed out to Houston at 7 p.m. In Central Standard Time. We have the Warriors visiting the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road at today at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's the second big game tonight. And then we have the Dallas Mavericks visiting the LA Lakers. Now I'm gonna give this the game because of course we got 2 primetime players playing against each other tonight against in LA, which we know that doesn't matter. I'm picking the Mavericks. I'm just telling you now, I'm picking the Mavericks to win on the road in LA.
You are not alone. I am there with you.
Trey got me over here choking. Oh my god. I'm picking the Mavericks. With these other games, I'm picking the Wizards at home. I'm definitely picking the Nets on the road against the Raptors. I feel like Kyrie has something to prove. I know he ain't taking that loss that they had last night too lightly, so he definitely probably gonna go on the road and beat the brakes off of them Raptors. That Hawks and Celtics game, that's gonna be a real good one. I'll come back to that one. I'm taking the Clippers over the Houston Rockets. The Warriors and Timberwolves. Big Cat and them. Ooh wee. And they playing at home. I'm gonna come back to that one already. Oh, I can't come back to them because I said I already picked the Mavericks. Golly.
You can think about it. I'll rattle off what I
Yeah,
got.
go ahead. Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I think I'm gonna ride this Pistons hype train. I'm gonna rock with the Pistons.
Look at Nicole.
I'm gonna ignore that. I see that. That's why I put it up. I'm gonna go with the
Get
Detroit.
him, Nicole. Get him, Kim. Get him.
I'm gonna go with Detroit Pistons over the Wizards.
Okay.
I won't continue to rock with the Raptors. Let's get it. I don't
Ooh.
think it makes a difference if Kyrie's back or not. I
Ooh,
think
okay.
once the Raptors are locked in, so I'm rocking with the
Okay, I
Raptors.
like it.
The Boston and Hawks, I'm going to ride with Boston.
Tatum in
I
them.
think that Tatum, Brown, Smart. I think
Brown,
they're gonna
yep.
get the job done. The Clippers and the Rockets. So this is another replay from the other night as the Rockets took the 2-point loss in LA. Now LA is going to be in
Houston.
Houston. I'm just not gonna be foolish. I'm gonna stay with the Clippers. The Clippers gonna get the win there. The Warriors and Timberwolves. So initially I was actually waiting for you to sit up and pick, so
I
I was
know
gonna
you
pick
was.
against.
I know.
But I don't know. Like they're going to Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. Big Cat is playing big ball.
I'm going to go with the Timberwolves. It will getting the win at home and getting the win at home. And LA versus the Mavericks. I'm taking the Mavericks.
Wow, he went against his team. Wow. All right. So since he picked the Minnesota Timberwolves, I gotta go with the Warriors. I'm gonna take the Warriors, but I'm definitely gonna take Boston. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go ride with Boston with Tatum and, like you said, Brown in Boston. It's gonna be hard to beat them at home. So I'm gonna take the Boston Celtics in that one. But I'll definitely take the Warriors since he took the Timberwolves at home on the road. So or at home. So I'm gonna take the Warriors on the road. That's my pick. Those are my picks. Damn, you know it's bad, Kim, when Trey bet against his own team. He chose the
I gotta be a
Mavericks
realist,
over
man.
the Lakers, bro.
So
Wow.
what you got to take into consideration is, I mean, yes, I
I'm not
mean,
sleeping on the Wizards. That's why I picked the Wizards, Anthony. I did pick. He picked the Pistons. I did pick the Wizards. I picked the Wizards.
I just look at it as like, I mean, they playing Luca, so I mean, it's
Facts.
different. I mean, they're
I
playing
know,
Luca.
right, Kim? This man, though, he has no faith in his team. And watch the Lakers win tonight. Watch. Watch them.
I can do that. I'm fine with that. If
That's
they win
probably why he
tonight,
picked it.
if
That's
they
probably why he
win
picked
tonight,
it, Kim.
I was about to say if they win tonight, I want to pick against them more often.
Yeah, that's probably why he picked it, because he know if he pick against him, there's a possibility they
Yeah,
could win
we
because he
might.
picked
There's a
against him.
possibility we could win. So
Yeah,
it's like, okay, we'll pick against
yeah,
them for
yeah,
everything.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm with
Go
that.
out, fall out on that, of course. So Anthony, Pistons, until the Pistons, I'm on this thing where it's like until a team loses, if they get on a hot streak, because
That
what
is his
usually
thing.
happens, what usually happens is I go against them and then they lose. So we'll see how that ends up going. So I asked this question. We was just on the Lakers, Bishop, and let me know what you think. Who you think has more juice, LeBron James or Kobe Bryant?
Juice, and what are we talking about? Like the movie Juice?
Yeah, like the movie Juice. Who's more? Who would you think? Do you think Kobe Bryant would have more of a say? Even though I don't think he was one of those to be like, yeah, bring him here or don't bring him here. Because I mean, we had Smush Parker at one point while Kobe was there. But who you think has more of an opportunity to say to help to dictate who comes and
Yeah,
who goes in
Nays.
LA?
Yeah, Nays. Probably LeBron. I feel like
Hmm.
LeBron probably has more of a say of a yeah and a the yeah and a opportunity.
You
Yeah.
think that was more of a situation in which Kobe didn't want to be a part of it? Like, man, y'all
Mm-mm.
do that's y'all job. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Just long as y'all don't get fool with my money and don't fool with my time on the court, we good. That's what I think Kobe was like. Yeah, I think it's LeBron.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
LeBron is more
I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
I think it's a
I mean,
LeBron
it's
thing.
kind of obvious because I mean, look, he got AD there, he got Westbrook there. You know what I'm saying? He got a few people there, and he allowed a few people to leave. So yeah,
Do you think Giannis is going to is going to claim a third MVP, or you think it's going to be Joel's?
I don't think it's gonna be neither one though.
Oh, because you think it's going to be Josh.
I think John gonna get it, man.
I think it's too
He's a,
late for Josh.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think the way he's playing right now and the numbers he's putting up, I don't think it's too late for Josh. He's outshining all of them right now. If you look, he's outshining all of them right now. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Giannis did make the top 10 last night with a huge block last night. Um, you know, he did that. And of course, now Embiid is going to be kind of like not necessarily overshadowed, but he's going to be, being that Harden is there, James is there. Um, it's kind of going to take some of the focus off Embiid because of Harden. So I think Ja is the dude right now. He's on the uphill, and right now he's the spotlight of the NBA right now. They're like he's the most wanting being want to or the most people want to see right now is Ja.
Hmm.
Not Embiid, not Greek Freak. Everybody wants to see Ja. Everybody, and that's why I think he's going to end up being the MVP.
Mm. So, a quick talk, Major League Baseball, as we
Mm-hmm.
talked about yesterday. Derek Jeter is out as the CEO in the Marlins, citing that they had a difference in opinion. So let me see what this is. The Lakers missed the playoffs. You writing off a letter on LeBron James' job.
What do you mean? If Lakers miss the playoffs, you writing a letter for LeBron Jobs?
Nah.
Mm.
Kobe had to say, but he made champagne decisions, and LeBron just makes
Beetlejuice.
business decisions.
Kim is on one today. Kim, you on one. I see you. Yeah, he did make champagne decisions. I give it. Kobe made them. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one, Kim. I totally agree with you on that one.
So like Derek, like we said, he made difference. He said they cited differences of opinions. Do you think some of these opinions come with the fact that Derek Jeter was a player and the other individuals that are probably a part of the ownership group in Marlins were owners, and that is the dissension with still there's no CBA that is there in the MLB, and he's like, you know what, there's no he just can't get down with it as a player because you got to think. It's like so. Think about it as a player and an official. Do you have? Do you look at certain things like that you would be that you think should be more predicated to players as opposed to from official standpoint?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I feel like when it's all said and done, Derek was like, the direction in which the organization is going is not a direction in which I see myself going with the organization. So he felt
Mm-hmm.
like it was time to cut ties. And it's better to cut ties now, especially being that they're in the lockout. Especially being that they're in the lockout, in which they extended it to today. I think to it looks like they did say they stated that they did get a little bit of leeway. However,
Yeah,
they hadn't
they're
come up
not where they want to be, but
right.
they're not where they were before.
Right, and I think we're 3-4 days away from opening day for MLB, so they're
So
definitely
yeah.
trying to get it. Yeah, they're definitely trying to get it taken care of before opening day, because we all know, excuse me, we all know if there's no baseball on opening day, that's a great deal of money, millions of dollars that are being lost when you don't fill them seats in those
Hmm.
in those
And they said
baseball
it's America's
stadiums.
pastime.
Right, right. So you don't fill
What
them
do you say?
baseball stadiums.
What do you say to that, Bishop? America's pastime, baseball, the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. What do you say to all these self acclamations of saying these titles?
I
The
mean, for in
Oklahoma
regards,
Sooners are a good team in the Big 12. Like these are all
that,
self acclamations. What do you
no,
say to these
that's not an
people?
acclamation. That's not an acclamation right there. I don't know where you got that one from. You just threw that in there because that's just you, because you USC people. But anyway, in regards to baseball being the past, America's past. I get that baseball has been around for years, decades,
Hmm.
centuries, or whatever. Get it. America's team, as far as Dallas, like I said, I don't know where they got that nonsense from. I don't know why. That's not even. They're not even red, white, and blue. How is that America's team? If anything, you would think the Patriots would be America's team because they're red, white, blue, or maybe even the Buffalo Bills because they're red, white, blue, and they're in New York. I don't know, but either way,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't get that one. And we all know about them boomers. Who the nuts? We already know about them. But anywho, yeah, America's pastime. Baseball is baseball. It is what it is. Like I said, when it comes down to it, if they don't come up with some type of agreement, it's gonna be a lot of mad baseball fans out there. A lot of
Hmm.
mad baseball fans because of the fact, and then they probably could figure out an agreement, but it's gonna shorten the season, which we've had or which we've seen before in the past. So I think you spoke about it yesterday in regards to the what Dodgers winning. Was it the Dodgers winning that year?
Yeah, the short
Yeah,
year. Yeah.
the short year. So, all right, Freddie, we appreciate you, bro. Definitely appreciate you for tuning into the show.
Clearly.
Yeah,
So let's say something that's going to probably have a little dissension. Let me know what you feel about it. As we know, Art Briles,
I
former
think so,
Baylor
Anthony.
coach, what he said, didn't those better bring the most money in sports? They bring a good amount if you tell with them
Yeah,
damn contracts.
yeah. I think they make the most. I think baseball players make the most
Yeah,
money.
a good amount of money.
Yeah, I think they make the most money of all
But
sports.
they sign huge contracts,
Yeah,
10 year, $350 million contracts and stuff
yeah,
like that.
they make the most money. I think.
So,
You
what
know,
do you think about Art Briles, former Baylor head coach?
going to being an
He was
OC
OC for
Grambling.
Grambling State, but he is now resigned that position due to the fact that he said he believed it was going to be too much of a distraction. You had players such as Doug Williams, alumnus from Grambling State,
Mm-hmm.
come on and said that he was very disappointed and that he was going to no longer support the program
Ooh,
if they hire Art
oh,
Briles.
Browns. Oh, I didn't know
Hmm.
that. I didn't know that part.
Of course, you know Art
But
Briles was accused and
yeah,
relinquished and
tell the
removed from his
backstory.
post. He was removed and fired by Baylor due to the fact of it was stated that he and other staff members did not report allegations of sexual assault during his tenure as a head coach, although they were known to have these complaints were reported to the organization at the time. So now he has been without a job, and then he was, of course, the Grambling State has hired Hugh Jackson as a head coach, and Hugh Jackson decided to bring in Art Briles as a offensive coordinator, in which he was hired 4 days ago, and 4 days later, being yesterday, he basically resigned the position. So, what do you say to this, Bishop? Additionally, I would like to know your thoughts on what do you think about Hugh Jackson hiring him, if that's the case. If
Yeah,
you're gonna
I don't know how you would hire someone, um, knowing with
allegations.
the allegations and the situation with him leaving Baylor. That had to be the most bonehead move that you could have made. Um, Especially like you pretty much setting your whole organization up, and this a question Hugh Jackson. Yeah, you pretty much setting up your whole or your whole university up for failure, man. Like you getting people who just aren't going to want to, as you heard, Doug Williams ain't don't want to be any part of the org or the university when you got somebody like that in in your coaching staff. So I don't know what Hugh Jackson was thinking. I don't know. I mean, I get it. You might think he's a good coach, but you got to question his morals.
Mm, okay, that's a good one. So, what point, and I'll answer this as well. What point do you think you have been absolved of that of the situation? Like, at what point do you think it's possible to be like, you know what, we can look past this and see, and give this person another opportunity?
I think you got to let it die down some. I think you let it because is the investigation still going on? Is it
No,
that's no, it ain't no investigation no more.
it's no
It's the fact of the
investigation.
matter they just let the
It's
yeah
just
they
fact of
let
the matter
him
that he got fired. He got
right
fired for that,
for
and
that.
now he's back in the same. And
I
he's
think it's too
back in the
soon.
organization. Too
I
soon.
just think
Still
it's
too soon.
too soon to try and bring him on as a coach. I think you let it die down a little bit, let people forget about the situation, let it go, let it pass for a few years, and then later on maybe try and bring him back on. But not right after, man. You just gotta. I think it's too soon. It's still too fresh in people's minds.
I've obviously because it caught firestorm, like you said, it caused him to have to resign 4 days later.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely too fresh in people's mind. They haven't forgotten that yet, and being that you just don't want to you just don't want that in your locker room right now. Just
Hmm.
no matter who it is, you don't want those type of problems
Which
right now.
brings up this just like the same reason, hence why Deshaun Watson isn't playing, isn't playing in
Yeah,
the
nobody
NFL.
picked him up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or saying, or his own team wouldn't let him play. You let him
right.
play, then you're basically saying that
You
this
you
is more
you
important
yeah.
than
You
that.
co-signing for what he's yeah. You
Yeah,
co-signing and
or you don't
basically
see it.
saying
Presumably,
you
you don't
don't
see
see
a
nothing
problem
wrong
with
with
it. Yeah,
it. Right.
and
Absolutely.
although he has not been found guilty, or
Right.
he just saying at
He's
this
still
point,
yet to yeah. He's still yeah. Yeah. You just gotta let certain things you just gonna have to allow to die down first, and then you can try and revisit it at a later date in hopes that people may have letting it be on the back burner and have forgotten about it. You know what I'm saying?
it's unfortunate because that might have been a hell of a connection.
No, no, I would not. I clearly feel as though he's not that dude, man.
And for the NFL,
Yeah, no.
mm.
Not only is he not, he's just not a good coach in the NFL, but then we also know about the allegations with him as well.
Oh yeah, he did had a
Yeah,
situation with the where his coach was doing domestic abuser.
yeah. Well, and not only that, but the fact that he was in with the lap dancing and all of that too.
Mm.
Yeah, no, you gotta let him go. I mean, yeah, he's one of those ones that you just allow him to stay in college and continue to coach in college, man. With Urban Meyer, no, I wouldn't give him another chance in the NFL, in my opinion.
Mm.
Yeah, my opinion.
So additionally, what was another one of the oh last night, of course, the as we talk about, we get ready, getting closer and closer to March Madness as this is March 1st. A couple of key things came up last night. Let's start with the women. Last night, it was announced who is expected to be the top 16 in the women's field for the tournament. Of course, in the Greensboro, North Carolina region, number one team, number one in the country, South Carolina. The second seed, Michigan. The third seed, UConn, and fourth seed is Oklahoma.
As you know, Boomer Sooners. I was hoping you read that, baby. Yeah,
I
because I
excuse me,
know
I
them
didn't even
Sooners
pay
are
attention.
booming.
I would have
I know
said
you
that for
didn't. I know
last.
you missed it. I know you missed it. Don't worry about it. I was waiting. That's why I didn't say nothing. I was waiting. I knew it.
Of course, in the Wichita, Kansas region, Louisville will be the number one seed there. Baylor, the number two seed. Number three seed, Arizona, and number four seed, Iowa for the women. Spokane region, Stanford, number one, led by Russell Wilson's little sister. Number two, LSU. Number three, Texas. Number four, Indiana. And I'm very sure you're going to have something smart to say after I read this last region for the top 16. Will be the Bridgeport, Connecticut division, where you have North Carolina State, Iowa State, Maryland, and Tennessee to round out the top 16 by the NCAA tournament committee for the women's Sweet 16 tournament. So, Oklahoma,
Man,
Oklahoma, really
what about them?
nothing, nothing.
What's your
Oh,
problem? What's your
no
problem?
problem,
What's the problem?
no problem,
What's the problem?
no issues. That's what's up.
Yes,
Shout
know
out.
it ain't. I know it ain't no issue. I know it ain't. Oklahoma's
Oh,
number 1 in men's golf. Oklahoma's number 2. You see where they ranked in women's basketball. We're number 1 in college softball. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I just want you to know that's what we do, bro.
notable championship week this week as the NBA, this the NCAA uh, championship week starts off. Of course, this weekend we'll have tournaments with Ohio Valley, get the Ohio Valley conference as they get a chance to punch the ticket. The Big South, Missouri Valley, Southern Conference, as well as the Sun Belt Conference. Those five conferences will be in play this weekend in their tournament championships to see who gets the automatic bid for the conference for the big dance. Of course, as we stated, we're going to have I should be presenting the link sometime this week as we go forward, so we can get in. You know what I'm saying, see who can get the pick the best bracket, uh, and as I say, have a little fun. Uh, Additionally, um, the NHL has announced that they are suspending any relationships with Russia in effect to the immediate to take effect immediately due to the invasion of the Ukraine. It seems like saying the sports world is starting to close down in or around as they're doing everything from even no longer showing anything media via Russia. All all connections is shut off as they tighten the noose a bit. Correction, as they tighten up the grip on what can be done in sports in reference to Russia. You guys better watch, man. Yes, sir. That's right, Anthony. At some point, like I said, maybe this week or next week, I'll be posting a link so that way anyone interested can go and sign up, so we could and pick your brackets when the brackets are released, and we'll go from there. So, of course, like I said, right here, the link will be posted. What's good, Mike? How you doing, bro? What's good with you, man? Of which we'll have it right here. Like I say, first formation uh, bracket challenge. You already know we with it. And again, I was saying just just like the hockey, additionally FIFA or the soccer is also bans Russian participation in any of the events and upcoming events. So it's starting to really take a toll, I'm sure, on the Russian federations as you're talking about sports. As now hockey is no longer going to televise or show any games or are cutting ties, severing ties currently immediately, as well as FIFA bans Russian participation in any of their events or any of their games. You are you already have situations to where some people from Ukraine, individuals from Ukraine that are athletes, have taken up arms to help to defend their country. Uh, it's getting kind of hectic.
What's going on, Mike? Yeah, our prayers go out to those in Ukraine and the people. They lost 70 Ukraine soldiers yesterday in this backlash of the fighting war between Ukraine and Russia.
Well, as Russia said, it's not a war.
What is it?
I don't know. They just said it's not a war. It's a conflict.
Ukraine.
Yes.
Well, Ukraine calls it a war. Well, it's a conflict because Ukraine ain't did nothing on Russia's side. That's why. So I guess you're right in that aspect. What up, Mike? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, man?
So
Trey may
Bishop
need you
is
on Thursday, bro.
it's looking like it's getting kind of hectic, bro. Everyone look like they want this as Anthony said. What's up with the March Madness tournament? We
Oh, it
got
is. It's
y'all.
coming,
Oh,
bro.
it's
It's
going
coming.
down. It's
It's
definitely
coming.
coming. It's definitely coming.
Men and women, bro. Men
Yes,
and women. Let's
get both sides equal opportunity
get it. Equal. Let's get it. Let's get it.
all day.
Let's get it.
Unfortunately, I can hopefully
Oh,
see
dang. Hopefully
what's
you see
going on.
what?
I was about to say. Hopefully, I see the Trojan women in the um in the women's one. I mean, I know I'm going to see them in the men's, but I like to see him in the women's too. But oh, you know what? I had a question for you, Bishop.
They probably
As we was talking about
won't see him.
as we was
Probably
talking
won't see
about
him.
as we was talking about the as we was talking about the I mean, if it was track, it'd be a whole different story. But I mean, you probably won't see him in basketball. If it was track, it'd be different. But anyway,
Probably won't.
if
Probably won't.
in when we was talking about Ja, is Ja better than Kyrie?
In what aspect? Like all around game?
Yes. Let's
Because
say
I
for
mean,
this year. I just say for this year. For this year, would you say is it fair
well,
to
of
say
course you're
that
gonna say for this year
Ja
he
is
is.
better than Kyrie?
Yeah, yeah, because Kyrie's not even playing as many games as Ja. Yeah, you gotta give it to Ja without question. Because Kyrie's not playing; he's only playing away games, so you gotta give it to Ja. Ja's putting up 40 and 50 points. Kyrie's not doing that right now. He ain't playing enough to put up that many points, which is
Sure,
gonna
he
be
could.
crazy to see what his
He
stats.
could put up
I mean,
he could put up
he could
40
do
points
it.
every time he touched the court.
But then you look at it like once like once you play a road game and then you don't play another road game for maybe 3 or 4 days because you got 3 or 4 days of home games, then you play another road game, and then you, of course, you on the road for a little bit. By the time you start being consistent, you back at home and you're not
Hmm.
playing again. So it's like he can't. In my opinion, I feel like he can't get in his groove well enough to be able to do that. Yeah, you can do it in a night and win and knock out 40 or whatever, 30, 40, 50 points in a night. But yeah, when I feel like you get better as the season goes along because you're playing more games. But in his case, he's not. He's only playing away games. So I feel like he's selling himself short.
Oh, it looks like it's getting close. So Philadelphia is what 3 games behind Miami, 1 game behind Chicago. Brooklyn is
Mm-hmm.
currently in the A spot, nine games behind, out of first place. But however, only 3.5 games out of the 6 seed, which is currently Boston.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the other side of the spectrum, it's completely different. LA currently the 9th seed, 8.5 games out of the sixth spot, 21.5 games out of the top spot. We
Mm-hmm.
still have a chance. I still rock with them. I just don't think they're going to win tonight. That's all. It would
Who?
be the Lakers.
Oh,
It'd be huge if they did. But so of course that's our time for today. It has been gracious to sit up and kick it with y'all, going back and forth. Good conversations and talking about people's money, especially when we ain't got their type of money and we we ain't signing their checks. But hey, it's still a good conversation. Bishop, any last words before we get out of here, bro?
no, you got it, bro. You got
So
it.
we greatly appreciate y'all checking in with us today. Be sure to catch First Formation every Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100 hours. We always come here with different topics. We try to be a little different, talk about our, saying our lives as service members, or saying those that
Thanks,
come
Kim.
on service members. We greatly look forward to seeing y'all. Continue to share the word. Always share, like, follow, subscribe to E2G First Formation uh, pages, so we can basically get more content and basically be able to reach people with more content, get a little more perspective. I have everybody that always have something to say and be conducive to what we're talking about. Um, hey, we look forward to seeing y'all and look forward to see you tomorrow. Uh, don't forget, we got them 4856s, as Bishop said, and always say, for anyone that was late. But until then, we'll make sure y'all get them tomorrow. We greatly look forward to see you at this point. Show tension, fall out.
Roll 5 Psi Roll 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated in the building.